All right, and we get straight to it. Allow me to introduce my guests this evening. Right next to me, Dr. John Mutunga, Mheshimiwa Member of Parliament of Tigania West. Thank you so much for creating a time. You've come all the way from Tigania. You'll tell us what the mountain feels like, because Tigania is largely part of the mountain, right? And therefore, we want to hear whether the people of Tigania are happy as to the visit by the President. And right next to you is Professor Macharia Munene. Professor Macharia Munene is a political historian as well as a professor of history and international relations. Thank you so much for creating time, Prof, as well as Ngogoyo Onesmus, Member of Parliament, Kajiado North. Mheshimiwa, thank you so much for creating time. When we're talking about Kajiado, we know that pretty much a neighbor of the mountain in huge ways and in other quarters, and therefore we need to understand what you make of the visit. But Prof, you have seen that story that we have carried, perhaps highlighting the concerns that we really need to be keen on as to the animosity that exists between the refugees as well as, the host communities in Turkana around Dadaab. What do you make of it, and what needs to be done to ensure that then we're able to quell this?
Well, it's a dicey situation, but it is not new.
Okay.
We have had it for a long time.
Is it by design?
Sometimes it appears to be.
Because if you're not going to address the concerns of the locals.
Because there was a time, I think, when Raphael Tuju was the minister. Remember, he told these donors, the international, if you are so concerned about them, take them to your place, into Europe and America. And because they were saying you should return some of these people. So it is a tricky situation. Refugees, by their very nature, need help.
Right.
Because they are running away from very awkward situations. And where they run to is the place that is assumed to be stable, peaceful, and able to take care of them. And for a long time, Kenya has been the place of refuge in the neighborhood, not just the Kakuma area. And so we've had South Sudanese, we have Ugandans, we had Somalis, we have Ethiopians, and occasionally some Tanzanians, but not as many. So it is a very tricky situation. So when the capacity of the host country is stretched, then of course the refugees get to feel it.
That's true.
And because now the government is duty bound to look after its people.
Wow.
But once the refugees come and you receive visitors who are in distress, you don't kick them out.
Okay.
You share the little that you have.
All right.
But the assumption has been that refugees is not a problem of the host country alone. It's an international issue.
Okay. As we sum it up, well, of course, that is quite interesting. One of the reasons why we're told that we need a peaceful nation is because of such occurrences. And I mean, we're constantly reminded that even as we play our politics, that we must make sure that we play it wise. What we have witnessed today in Kasarani, Honorable Ngogoyo, is one thing, that, of course, goons appeared to want to disrupt the church service where the former deputy president was attending. And according to his allies, this is something that has been orchestrated perhaps by officials in government, of course, to counter the moves of Rigiji, not just in the city, but across the country. And after that, of course, he has well castigated it and proceeded to the parts of the mountains, something that has been seen as a counter visit after the president was there. What do you make of the situation that is playing out? And of course, after, that visit by the president that is, on this mountainside?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's my first time on the show.
Thank you.
And I appreciate